You know, one thing that I have always admired about our city is the transparency. And today we wanted to talk to you about the budget. How is it brought about? How is it voted on? And of course, our city is going to be very transparent with us and explain that to us. So we've got John Haggard here. You're the finance guru. Is that your title? The guru?
Something like that. Finance
like
director and treasurer. For the city.
Okay. So similar, right?
Yeah.
You are in charge of all things financial here, and we want to talk today about budget. So first of all, give me a little bit of background about you. How long have you been here?
I've been with the city for just about 9 years now.
Wow.
And I came from a public accounting background. I worked for a public accounting firm, specialized in audits of governments and not-for-profits. I had previously lived in Alabaster, and so when the job came open here, I hadn't really been looking specifically for another job, but the opportunity to work where I lived was an opportunity I couldn't pass up, and It's been the best decision I've ever made.
I don't blame you. I would have definitely made that one too. Very good. So one thing that I think is difficult for people just like myself, I've lived in Alabaster my whole life, but I don't really know how city government works, right? In the ins and the outs. And I would say majority of people don't. So we wanted to talk with you about the budget, right? We have a yearly budget that is passed. You want to tell us when?
Yes, so we have a fiscal year which runs beginning October 1st of every year through September 30th. So before October 1st of each year, we must get a budget passed for that year. But we actually begin the process of budgeting because it is such a large endeavor. We start in May of each year. That's when the mayor, the very beginning of May, will have a budget kickoff meeting, and he will let everyone, all the department heads and staff, know what his priorities are and kind of the direction we need to be rowing the boat. And then we break up the budget process into more manageable chunks. So
you told me we eat the elephant one bite at a time.
We eat the elephant one bite at a time, exactly, so that we don't get too overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So we'll start with different deadlines. So mid-May, our department heads will have to have their 5-year capital plans submitted for review. Then by the end of May, they need to have into the mayor and the HR director any personnel changes that they might want to make. Then you move into mid-June and their operating budgets will be due. And then by the end of June, their goals and priorities for their departments will need to be due to me so that we can put that information in the budget, because the budget is not just numbers on a page.
Right.
We're also communicating to the public, like, these are our priorities and this is how we're going to spend money and link that money in order to achieving our goals and priorities.
Right. So needless to say, summertime is not slow for the finance team here, right?
It's not. No.
This is your time.
The end of summer is pretty busy for us, but it's really good that we do this way because it allows everyone to be engaged in the process from beginning to end. It allows everyone to really spend the appropriate amount of time that they need to make sure that we're accomplishing our goals and allocating resources in the areas that we need to, because ultimately it's not our money, it's the citizens' money.
Right.
And we need to be extremely diligent in how we take care of and spend those taxpayer funds.
Right. So once the department heads have gotten you everything that you've needed, a budget is put together, what happens next?
So actually, before the full budget is put together, we have different check-ins with the finance committee of the city council, because ultimately the mayor proposes a budget to the city council, but it's the city council that either says yay or nay and accepts and passes a budget.
Okay.
So the mayor has his priorities he wants to communicate, but we want to make sure everyone in the process, including the city council, knows what's going on, is fully engaged, understands how we're linking resources to priorities. So once we finish certain things like 5-year capital plans, we will meet with the finance committee of the city council, provide them an update as to this is what's been submitted, this is how we think we're going to lay out the 5-year plan in the budget. Are you guys okay with that? Do you like it? Do you have any changes you want to be made? It's a real team atmosphere, so that we make sure that everybody is comfortable with what we're doing and not just one person is getting what they want in the budget.
Right. Everyone is putting in what they need, right?
Right.
So then after that happens, what's our next step?
So after we get to the completion of all the different segments of the budget, we will bring the budget as a whole to the council as a whole. And we generally have 3 different budget meetings with the council.
Okay.
We generally time them second meeting of August, first meeting of September, second meeting of September.
Okay.
The first meeting with the council will introduce the council as a whole to the budget. The finance committee of the council does a great job helping me there, communicating with the council that, hey, we've seen these things, we're comfortable as a committee with these things, really helping bring everyone else in the council up to speed. So we have that first reading. Then the second meeting we'll have is when really any kind of changes that need to be made will happen, be communicated during that meeting. And then the third meeting, hopefully we've addressed everybody's concerns. We come back, we look at it one more time, and then we're able to pass the budget before the next fiscal year starts.
Wonderful. So I know, as just, a regular resident citizen of Alabaster, you're seeing a budget being presented to the council, them saying yay or nay, but that is not by any stretch of the imagination the first time that they have seen that budget. This is an ongoing process, right? Numerous times, by being seen by numerous pairs of eyes over and over throughout the summer, right?
Exactly. And every one of these meetings we have, whether they are finance committee meetings to review the budget or the council meetings as a whole where they're reviewing the budget, all of these are open meetings. They're all posted, and citizens are more than welcome to come and observe, be a part of the process. Right. And that's where they can have their input as well. But also, one great thing about our government and our elected officials who take their jobs so seriously is a lot of the desires of the community are expressed all throughout the year to their council people.
Right.
And so they take that, they're holding on to those different ideas, they're reviewing the budget, and they're making sure, hey, my constituents have communicated we need this and this and this, and then they're reviewing the budget to make sure that those needs that have been communicated to them are being met by how we allocate our resources.
I love that. Yeah, absolutely. You did tell me there was a website that we are able to look at if we are not in the financial world. I am not in the financial world, and you would give me a budget and I would say, John, help, right? You can help. Tell us how.
Absolutely. So once the council adopts the budget and it's official, we take all of that information that's part of the budget and we put it on a budget website. Neil, our public relations director here at the city, does a great job through social media and all of our different channels pushing that link out to everyone. And you can access that website, and it really does a great job of taking all this dense financial information and boiling it down to something that's more digestible with different pictures, charts, graphs. There's different landing pages. You can take a look at just different sections. If you just want to look at the 5-year capital plan, you can do that. Department heads, when they're submitting their capital plans, each of these capital items have their own individual links. You can click on those, and there's things within there like maps showing where certain projects may be occurring, timelines for when we expect to complete these different projects, pictures. I know I work here at the city, and every year when IT upstairs submits the things that they need for capital, I don't understand what half of them are.
You're like, give me a visual, please.
Even myself, I'm very grateful that Patrick provides pictures to show me what exactly these IT things are that we need. So
that's wonderful. It's so helpful to us. So in October, when the budget is passed, and they will put that in there for us, we can review it, and it'll be much more simple for us to understand, right?
Yes, that's the goal.
I love that. John, thank you guys so much for working so hard for us, for allocating our money, for being good stewards of what we have in this city. It does not go unnoticed, and we appreciate you taking the time to kind of just wade through it with us and telling us the whole process.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.